So, I know absolutely nothing about the Tom Clancy world. I've never read the books. I've never played any of the video games. But the thing that I saw that made me go, oh, I am definitely watching this movie, is this shot right here. Hello, and welcome to my safe haven. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. I hope you stay. I hope you love what you see, and I hope you feel safe here, because again, this is my safe haven. I am BlackGayComicGeek. We are here to talk about Without Remorse, the newest film by Michael B. Jordan. And if you're asking, wait, that has nothing to do with blood, sex, gore, and magic, well, it's action. It's Michael B. Jordan. I'm going to talk about it. It's my channel. I can talk about whatever I want. But yeah, this movie officially comes out on Friday, April 30th, so I want to say thank you, Amazon, for allowing me access to get an early screener. But yeah, Without Remorse stars Michael B. Jordan as the main character of John Kelly, and he is a Navy SEAL officer who is seeking justice for the murder of his pregnant wife. And he uncovers a covert plot that threatens to engulf the entire United States and Russia in an all-out war. And like I mentioned in the intro, I know nothing about Tom Clancy. I mean, I know the name because I hear about, you know, the video games, and then plus he's also the writer and creator of the Jack Ryan series, which is also on Amazon Prime. Again, something I've never watched, and I've heard of the games like Rainbow Six and all the other Tom Clancy games, but I've never played them. I know nothing about them. The only reason, again, as I mentioned, that I wanted to watch this movie because I was like, oh, another Michael B. Jordan movie. And then I saw the trailer and saw this, and I was like, oh, absolutely, I'm gonna watch this movie. And I'm like, I hope this is the whole movie. And overall, I'm glad to say I had a pretty enjoyable time watching this movie. I enjoyed this movie. The thing about this movie, and I will want to get out the way first and foremost, is for the most part, like, the plot for this movie is pretty generic in the sense of, you've seen it before. It's a typical revenge movie. It's John Wick. It's Taken. It's any single revenge movie. There's an incident that happens that sets off the main character, and now he's on a quest for revenge. And that's pretty much what this movie is. So, I mean, despite the obvious and the problematic fridging that they constantly do in Hollywood with Michael B. Jordan's wife, where she's basically just a prop to get murdered to set the story off. But yeah, but besides that Hollywood trope that they keep doing, yeah, I like this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I would totally watch this movie again. And the thing that sells the movie is Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's performance. Michael B. Jordan as an action star in this movie. Like, it came across as very believable. And funny enough, I have my, like, Killmonger mask right next to me, and this movie definitely felt like a Killmonger prequel. Like, it just had all the makings. Like, you take this movie and then you jump right into Black Panther and you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. He just has to grow his hair out a little bit more, but this is totally Killmonger, because they did say in the Black Panther movie that Killmonger trained in special forces and things like that, and so this is that. And in this movie you have him trying to figure out the scheme of find the people who murdered his wife. Why did they come after him and everything like that? And he went and he's going after some Russians, because, you know, in these movies it's always some Russians. The Russians are always the bad guys in movies. And the thing that I really enjoyed about this movie was the action sequences. Like, in the first 11 minutes there's something that happens that made me go, oh my god, like, I wasn't expecting that. And I feel like the movie pretty much goes from there. After that 11-minute mark, and granted, there's an action sequence before that, but at the 11-minute mark is pretty much when I started to become interested in this movie. The thing that I also enjoyed about this movie that you don't really get to see that often is not only just Michael B. Jordan, seeing Michael B. Jordan in this type of spy, military action franchise, but just seeing a black actor leading this type of movie, because this character, I don't know anything about Tom Clancy and the Jack Ryan or anything of this universe, but within the Jack Ryan and Tom Clancy universe, this character that Michael B. Jordan is playing, John Kelly, is a character that is very beloved within the Tom Clancy, Jack Ryan universe, who now goes by the name of John Clark. And this is basically his origin story, how he came to be. And so based on that, like, I looked at all the other actors that have played John Clark in other iterations, and he's always been a white guy. And so getting to see Michael B. Jordan in this role, in this movie, like, it was fun because again, you don't really get to see black actors in these type of roles all the time. More times than not, yeah, it usually is always portrayed by a white guy, and this is why I kind of always say, like, I wish there were more. And I made a video on this on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok, BlackGayComicGeek. But I made a video about this. Like, I kind of wish there were even more iconic black villains in movies and TV shows and video games. And yes, I get it. Like, they always try to demonize blackness and make us always portrayed to be the villains, but they always stereotype us. And I want to see more iconic black villains as non-stereotypes, to get to see more actors express themselves in more facets of humanity, again, besides being a stereotype. I want to see, I want to see like a black Voldemort, a black mad scientist, a black ancient god, evil ancient god, more iconic black female villains. And that's something that I enjoyed seeing in this movie, jumping into the other roles. Like, you have a character, Jodie Turner-Smith, in this movie, and she basically played the lieutenant, the female military lieutenant in this movie. And again, this is something that you don't see for black women, being leading characters in the military and then being the ranking leading military member. Like, she was the lead of this entire core group, of this co-op group of military faction. Really quick insert, I just wanted to clarify something because I mentioned female villains, and then I'll talk about Jodie Turner-Smith's character in this movie. She is not playing a villain. So I just wanted to say that really quick. I was just ultimately making the point that she's playing a role that you often don't get to see black women play, especially dark-skinned black women. And so I like seeing that. Guys, representation matters. I always champion that all the time in like my videos and everything that I talk about, representation. But yeah, again, I had a lot of fun with this movie, and I felt like all the action set pieces in this movie were very different, but they were every single one of them were great, and I believed Michael B. Jordan in these sequences. Now, with that said, though, there is something that I do wish they kind of fleshed out a little bit more. Once Michael B. Jordan goes on the mission to figure out who murdered his wife, he gets assigned a team. He has other people with him. And for the most part, they were just there. They weren't really characters. There was nothing really to them except for to help him do what he needed to do. But I feel like, if anything, this movie could have been Michael B. Jordan, Jodie Turner-Smith, and Jamie Bell. It could have just been the three of them, because those were really the only three characters that you actually got to kind of know in this movie. And even with that, I wish you got to kind of know a little bit more about Jodie Turner-Smith's character. Like, you got most of the information about Michael B. Jordan, which again, he's the lead, so you should get the most information. You should connect to him the most. But at the same time, Jodie Turner-Smith and Jamie Bell, those were the two co-leads, and I feel like you didn't really get much from them. You got some, but not enough. And then for the other characters that were there with him, that were part of his squad, you pretty much got nothing for them. They were just there. They were just additional bodies that could help him with the mission. I think the most you really get from them is when they introduce themselves and say their names, and I was like, okay. But yeah, despite that, this movie sets itself up for a sequel by the end of it, and if they do end up doing a sequel with Michael B. Jordan and he comes back, I think Michael B. Jordan has something on his hands with this movie. I would say Without Remorse is a solid hit. But once you guys see Without Remorse on Friday, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you can, hit the thumbs up button and like this video. It'll really help out the channel. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. On Friday at 7 p.m. I will be going live to talk about the season finale of Invincible, so hopefully you join me then, and tell your friends, families, and neighbors about the live and about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.